Hey guys, Mike Bland with SIS Global Investigations. Wanted to make a follow-up video on the last one on how to know if you're being followed if you're driving in a vehicle. The same principles apply if you're on foot. If you keep seeing the same people, if you're a group of people, if you are walking down a sidewalk, for example, and there's a lot of people behind you also, but there's someone staying back, hanging back there, constantly behind you in the crowd. If you start to walk faster, let's say you're in downtown New York City, you notice this person's now keeping up with you. You slow down and people are all going around you, but the person still stays back behind you, getting them to expose themselves. And just like in a vehicle, there's the thing with the choke point. If you are on foot and you're in a mall or somewhere, or in a downtown city area where there's alleys, and you peel off and you go down one of these, the theory is that the person following you, if they're not trained and they fall for it, they're going to go down there and they're going to follow you to see where you're going. Some amateur investigator or amateur PI, whatever. Again, you have to exercise caution in doing that scenario, because now you have put yourself in this isolated area and possibly at nighttime alone with this person, and it could be a threat. So this is something that has to be taken into consideration. It's not something you do just a knee-jerk reaction. And unfortunately, many times in these scenarios, you have a zero time to, with no training, you don't really know how to react. That's the whole purpose for these videos, is to educate you guys on understanding all these different, practices. So, again, especially if you're a woman, or a man, it doesn't matter. Someone can kill you, and it doesn't matter what sex you are. But I always just say that because if you do something, if you react a certain way, there's got to be a meaning behind it, or there's got to be, but it could be confirming if that person is after you, in which case then you most likely are going to run. I had to rewire myself coming from police work several years into I was doing some tactical training with some, guys over the years, and coming from being a cop, I was always kind of trained to confront the situation like the hammer and the nail scenario. But as years went on, I learned that no matter how badass you may be, the other guy can always get lucky. So again, you want to try to play dumb, avoid the confrontation, avoid isolating yourself with this person, unless you're accompanied with law enforcement, or you kind of got this person trapped and pinned in an area, and then you got them, like I said, law enforcement was kind of showing up simultaneously, your friends, your family, some type of safety network is there, support system. And don't ever confront anyone that you think's following you, first off. A lot of people do this out of emotion, but that's not a safe thing to do, really. Especially if you don't know. There could be a private investigator, there could be law enforcement, there could be a stalker, there could be someone that's dangerous. If you're a woman, it could be somebody that's watching you, watching your habits, maybe trying to kidnap you, or it could be involved in a messy divorce case. So the same principles apply. It's just when you're traveling on foot or in the vehicle, speeding up or slowing down, getting them to expose themselves, using a choke point, walking into somewhere, into a store, going down an alley, going into an area where there's not a lot of people. Using resources around you, looking at reflections in mirrors, seeing if this person's behind you, windows. If there's a way you can use your iPhone, holding it in front of you like you're texting, or doing a selfie, but getting that picture of that person behind you and trying to get that facial shot of them and being discreet about it. If they're behind you and you're in your car, using your rearview mirror to get a picture of them. Just something in case something happens later down the road, or you can let your friends or family know. So again, you guys have any questions, comments, make sure you send them in the comments. All right, guys, thanks, bye.